Good afternoon. I'm going to make a few brief remarks and then I'll be turning it over to Suffolk County Police Commissioner Rodney Harrison. We're also joined here, of course, by Deputy Commissioner Carter, Chief Rob Waring, Chief Rowan, Chief Hardy, Inspector Kondoff. Joined by my colleagues and partners in the legislature, our Minority Leader Jason Richburg and Legislator Dominic Thorne as well. We're also here with PBA Vice President Lou Savillo. PBA President O.G. Girolamo was here earlier and will be back. So today I got a call that is a call that you never want to get in this position. It's the call that you worry about and you think about and you fear. And it's a call that one of our officers has been shot in the line of duty. Commissioner Harrison will be talking about the details of what happened here, but I can tell you was able to, and all of us were able to speak to the officer for the circumstances. He was in good spirits, and we're very confident he, at the end of the day, is going to be okay. But today, this was a reminder, something I talk about a lot. You know, all of us who aren't in law enforcement go about our lives each and every day, and we don't see 99% of the work that is happening out there by these police officers and our other law enforcement officers. They are literally putting themselves in danger.
Yes.
And today, because of the heroic efforts of members of the Suffolk County Police Department and this officer who was injured and shot in the line of duty today, there's a dangerous individual who's off the streets who may have harmed or even killed somebody in the future. We don't know. But we do know that person is off the streets because of these officers and because of the work that they do, and that they're doing every day largely unseen. But it is heroic work. The other thing I talk about a lot is the fact that law enforcement is a family affair. There are families standing behind and with these law enforcement officers and these police officers when they put on their uniform and they walk out that door. A lot of families here today. And thankfully, this is going to be, we believe, a good outcome, and this officer is going to be coming out of this hospital. But that fear and that concern for their loved ones, that's what this family is feeling. That's what every police officer's family goes through when their officers are out there and their family and their loved ones are out there doing this job. So at this point, I want to turn it over to the Commissioner, and thank you, sir, for your service.
I want to thank everybody for your patience. I'm sure you can understand this is still an ongoing investigation, but these are the facts that I can provide for you at this time. We had police officers assigned to the 6th Precinct. We were conducting a surveillance outside of a home on North Fleet Lane, Norfleet. That's located in Quorum, where we believe a robbery suspect was inside. There were 2 marked as well as 2 unmarked vehicles involved with the surveillance. At approximately 12:50 p.m., that suspect exited that location. At some point, he observes our police officers involved in the surveillance and starts running eastbound on North Fleet Lane and then turns southbound on Homestead Drive, Homestead. One officer exits his vehicle and starts pursuing our suspect on foot. The officer, who was in plain clothes, identified himself and demanded and ordered our suspect to stop. The suspect did not comply, and at some point, that man ultimately fired 2 rounds at our officer in front of 86 Homestead Drive. The officer was hit in his upper right thigh. 2 tourniquets and quick clot were applied by his fellow officers, which doctors indicated stopped him from bleeding out. The officer was transported to Stony Brook Hospital by police vehicle and is now in stable condition under the care of Dr. Voswinkle. Officers assigned to the 6th Precinct were able to locate our suspect, which was 98 Homestead Drive. And after a 20-minute standoff, officers were able to gain contact with our suspect and able to have him voluntarily come outside, where he's placed under arrest without any incident. The suspect is Janelle Funderburk, Funderburke. He's 20 years old and is identified as a Bloods gang member. He has had several contact with police and 1 arrest for criminal possession of a weapon back in August of 2022. He will be charged with the robbery that occurred 2 days ago that was located in front of Homestead, as well as attempted murder of one of our police officers. Our officer is a 6-year veteran. He's engaged to be married and has a 17-month-old daughter. We ask you to keep himself and his families in your thoughts and prayers. I want to compliment the officers that responded to the location, that were able to provide first aid, as well as the great work by the men and women here at Stony Brook Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're here at the hospital under unfortunate circumstances where one of our police officers was violently attacked. This is just a reminder of how dangerous it is to be a police officer. Thank you.
Any questions?
Commissioner, are you identifying the officer? Can you describe a little bit about the nature of his injuries?
Yeah, so once again, he's in stable condition at this time. We will get you the information on the officer within the next couple of hours. Anybody else?
Tourniquets. Doctor said that saved him, but just talk about that. We've been hearing that a lot. Tourniquets being used.
Listen, this is the training that our officers receive in the academy. I'm sure you've heard multiple times where I've sat here in front of microphones and talked about how these tourniquets have saved not just residents' lives, but also this time saving our officers' lives. So that's why that training is so important. That's why it's something that I think that every single officer needs to have in their training to go out there and save lives on a daily basis.
Commissioner, can you spell Funderburk's first name?
Janelle, Janell.
Thank you.
You talked about the location that he was found in. This was a home that was not.
That was his residence, sir.
Is he expected to need surgery?
Yes, he is.
The tourniquets, are they in police cars now, or are they just something that?
It's in police cars, and some of our officers carry them on a regular basis.
I'm sorry, you said 98 Homestead is his address.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.